Taking a walk through the Boston Common here. Give you guys a view of the Boston Common. For those of y'all have never been down here before. There's the ice skating ring over there. So it's like a if you ever want to go ice skating, that's probably the place to go if you don't mind being outside. It's a little chilly out today, probably like 31, maybe 32 degrees. Not too cold, but let's see what else we can see in the Commons. A lot of public bathrooms over there, so there's no shortage of those. Let's go up this way and see what's over here. I believe this is the staging area where Bernie Sanders was speaking, if I'm not mistaken. Looks like it's pretty much all over, and they're just breaking it down. It's a pretty good sized area. Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, this had to be the area where they were speaking at. Not sure where I guess the stage had to be over there. I'm thinking, I could be wrong. It had to be somewhere over there somewhere. A lot of equipment. Or maybe this was the stage. Yeah, this was the stage right here. This is where the stage was. I'm looking at the wrong direction. So this will be the back of the stage, and that'll be probably the audience facing that direction. Yeah, that's the stage. Audience have been over there. I figure I was in the area, so I figure I get a little bit of footage here. Always good to, how do you say it? Just report what you see. And those are for you guys who've never been to Boston before, Boston. This is the Commons, right downtown Boston, where the State House is like right up there. That's the State House. That's where the governor sits, up in there, somewhere up in there. Let's see. Let's see here. So it looked like they had a pretty good crowd because there's quite a few bathrooms around and stuff. So who knows? Take a walk around and see what else we see. Get a guy over here feeding the birds, which is not a bad thing. Let's get a little bit of footage of that. Back in the day, we used to call them the Birdman.
The issue isn't that
There's a couple of them that actually land on his shoulder or arm, if you would, which is pretty good. And he's got about 3 or 4 of them up there, which is pretty cool. Once you build their trust and they sense that you're not really a threat to them, they come as close as they want to come to you. Alright, so you got the Birdman there. You got pigeons, like little small pigeons. I don't know if you can see them, but they're right there. It's like a whole bunch of them. Now, who do they call you? Do you have a nickname by any chance? No nickname?
I see him down by the other station.
I think I seen you here before. Like,
I know that white one. That was born behind Arch Street Church.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. By the financial district last year.
Cool. Not bad.
And there's a brown one. See the white and brown one?
Yeah, I see that one too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was born about 3 years ago. He hangs out by Stump. He lives in a parking garage at the end of Washington Street by City Hall.
Wow, interesting. Very
See
interesting.
him over there.
Did any particular one have a name? Do you give him a
I
name?
stopped naming them because the hawk gets them.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's true.
My favorite one was I called Whitey Senior. Took 18 months from the land on me, and the peregrine falcon got him.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. Matter of fact, there it is now.
With the falcon?
Yeah. See if it comes around the building. See him?
Oh, up there. Okay.
That's him right there.
Ah,
That's what comes down and grabs him.
gotcha. So they see that and they got kind of
Yeah, he
spooked.
comes like a bullet.
I have seen a few hawks like near Fenway Park over there.
About probably 2 years ago, there was 2 big trees that used to be in the center here. And miraculously, all the big trees died right here.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I said, they killed them. There's no reason why 5 trees are going to die.
So somebody actually probably deliberately killed the trees?
Yeah, the park people. without a doubt.
Oh, okay.
Because they wanted the trees this design.
Gotcha.
So it would take the trees could be there for the next 100, 200 years.
Right, right.
So they end up killing them.
That's not good. They shouldn't kill a tree.
No, they shouldn't, but they won't say they did either. But 5 trees miraculously died right there.
And that is kind of weird though. For 5 trees to miraculously just die.
Died at the same time.
Yeah, that's not a common occurrence. Yeah, somebody.
5 different trees.
Right. Now a lot of stuff happens around the city miraculously that we don't know about.
Yeah, I think they sprayed something. See the stump where the one was right there.
Yeah, I see that one. Yeah.
And there was one on the other side of that little tree. There was 2 up on and 3 up on this little hill area.
Oh, so I see what you're saying. They had trees that were kind of like out of pattern.
Yeah.
So what they did, they killed the trees that weren't in the pattern they want them to be in.
Because that one right there, all the trees died around it, except that one that they planted there.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
6 years ago.
Ah, we gotta look into that and find out who killed that tree.
Yeah. Without a doubt, it was the park people. They won't say it.
They won't say it, but they probably did it.
Yeah.
And I don't think they can do that though. Wouldn't it be against the law to be killing the tree?
But not they don't tell you.
Right.
Not they just sprinkle some type of
some kind of poison on the tree.
Pesticide at the base of the tree, which kills the tree.
Right. And I wouldn't put it past them. You know, that's not too far.
The fact that 5 trees died.
Right.
In less than 12 months, all in the same location.
And that happened 12 months back from
almost about 18 months ago.
18 months ago, okay.
And then they put a sprinkler system in.
Ah, okay. So somebody had planned that out from the beginning.
They didn't want that's where all the homeless people were hanging out, and they didn't want them underneath the trees.
Okay.
See how big the trees are up there?
Right, the big one, yeah.
That's how big they were, right in here.
Yeah, those trees don't die that easy either.
No, they killed them.
Right. I'm gonna call City Hall one day and ask them what happened to those trees.
They'll say, oh, it's disease.
We're gonna find out what disease then, if there was a disease.
Like I said, when miraculously they died.
And that should.
See, this tree and this tree were planted at the same time.
So that tree.
Because the 2 trees in between, the 2 big trees, that one was stunted its growth.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, these 2 trees and the other 3 there all died.
And that's kind of weird. It doesn't make any sense.
And then, you know what I mean? So, they won't say it, but that was like over behind our street when they killed the park over there, mowed down all the trees, and the construction company says, oh, that's for they're at the end of the lifespan. I said, bullshit. I said, do I look stupid? I said,
wow.
I said, you're putting up a 700-foot tall building there.
Right.
You want to park all your equipment there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? So you
They found a way that was convenient for them.
Yeah, the city.
Right.
Let's kill it, kill everything in there, cut it all down, and then it's all full of construction stuff.
Right. And I noticed a lot of that, not so much down here, but everywhere else in the city, they're turning all this land over to big investors.
Yeah.
There's a lot of investors that are like...
Because a lot of people were saying that you're not... This is the oldest park, and it's the saddest looking, ugliest park, because the trees... you didn't invest into the trees.
Well, we need trees for purifying the air and stuff like that.
Yes,
so
for the environment.
we definitely need trees.
For the environment, yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a long time
for one tree to grow.
Yeah,
I agree. These are like baby trees right here. They're probably like a couple years old.
This right here, I'm pretty sure it's an American elm, and that's a fast grower.
Okay.
Like I said, these were put in all at the same time. Depends how good the soil is.
Right.
See this one, how big the other one.
Yeah, I see this one's got a thicker trunk.
Yeah,
This one's a lot. This one's a lot thicker.
I don't see a
It's
name.
growing straight too. So that's a good thing. It's growing straight. Some trees go at an angle, but that's actually going pretty straight.
And you know what? The other thing I noticed, which you probably didn't notice,
What's that?
the brick. A homeless person put it there for a weapon.
Oh,
That's the only reason that's sitting there.
so we got a
If
brick.
somebody gets mad,
They pick up a brick.
they pick up a brick.
Well, you think the Parks Department would remove that brick if they seen it, wouldn't they?
They don't care.
You would think it doesn't belong there, so it should be
No.
removed.
It got put there because of that reason.
I might take that brick with me. Who knows?
That's the only reason that's there.
When I leave out of here, I could always use a brick. I might take a brick with me when I leave. It can't hurt.
Yeah. That right there, if you had to buy it, is probably $2.
Yeah, it's very observant because I seen the brick there, but I wouldn't know what the brick was for.
Yep, that's what it's for. Anytime you see a brick against a tree, that's a homeless person sticking it there for women.
That's good to know. Definitely good to know. Get the park rangers here.
Two keys I found, two car keys at the business center.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how they're going to get home without those keys.
They figure it out somehow, won't they?
Yeah.
Always keep your keys with you if you can.
When they do their water bottles down, their keys were they
Oh,
probably
wow.
had to hold their keys with it. Didn't realize they
That's a
took their
bad
car keys.
habit everybody has. Though. If you have keys in your hand
Yeah.
and you throw something down with the keys in your hand at the same time, I've done it a few times myself. It does happen. Definitely does happen.
It's like I was testing, I was looking by Archer this morning, the Suffolk Construction Company.
Yeah.
I want to see how fun they were, so I was talking to him. I said, "Oh, I see you got the bases. You should probably pick up quick, right?" There was probably 15, maybe 18 guys standing there. Not one talked to me.
Really?
Yep. And I said,
Wonder
"Wow."
why?
Because I'm beneath them.
Nah, nobody's beneath anybody. Everybody,
Really,
to
that's
me,
how they
everybody's
look at
treated equally. We're all human beings.
Yeah.
We all should be treated equally. It doesn't matter who you are,
it. Yeah.
what you do.
That's how they looked at me. I was beneath them.
It's not a good thing at all.
Yeah, because it was the food. There's a church that comes there every Saturday. And I go over there to get a sandwich, and they look at, this bum.
There's nothing wrong with that, grabbing the sandwich.
I know, but they wouldn't talk to me. They wouldn't even acknowledge me.
That's not good.
And I was saying, I was curious because that a construction company, Suffolk, over on Essex Street last Thursday,
Okay.
somebody dropped their wall outside the car, and I gave it to one of the workers to give it back to the guy. It had $150 cash in there and
Right.
everything in there.
Right, that's a
And-
good savings, yeah.
Yeah, and I checked the next day, Friday. The guy got it, but the guy I gave it to was very enthusiastic. "Oh, thank you. That was really nice of you." And the guy that actually owned the wall, "Yeah, okay."
Oh, he didn't care.
He didn't care.
Wow.
That's what I said.
That's kind of ungrateful.
Yes, it was.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Yeah, you
it
saved the
was.
guy's wallet and his cash and everything else.
Yeah.
At least it said thank you.
Yeah,
Or
one
bought you
cup of
a
coffee.
lunch or something. Yeah.
Want a cup of coffee? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would have done that. Yeah,
Nothing.
definitely.
Nothing. And
Wow.
I said, "Wow." I said, the Suffolk people that work for construction, they're just.
He
they
should
got a
show
different
some kind of hospitality. He should have said thank you, sir. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, he should have.
Right.
At least like.
You would have felt a little bit better. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Everybody will feel better when they get a good thanks. You know,
Yeah, I mean,
definitely.
especially when it's your wallet. And
Right.
everything.
You know, if somebody found my wallet and I got it back and I knew the person was, I'd be like, I might even offer him a few dollars. You know what I mean? Just.
I mean, even this poor kid did that from Roslindale. I found his he was about 18 years old. At the end of the day, on the cemetery fence, I said, "Oh, there's this old beat up hoodie there. Let me throw this away." And it got rained on, and I picked it up. I could hear something jingling there. It was car keys, his ID,
Wow.
and a little bit of cash and change. And I saw a receipt. He ate on Beacon Street at Chinatown. He spent $9.95 for a meal, soup. And I said, "Well, this is no drug addict."
Right,
He
right.
would
He's
do
a
that.
working man, right?
So, and a cell phone.
Wow.
And I was going to carry it. I was going to carry it over to the information center, and then the phone rang. It was his mother. He says, "Oh my God, thank you. I need my car keys."
Wow.
So
You're saying you have a good Samaritan all around, huh?
yeah,
That's a good thing.
So they came and got it, and she asked, they say, "Oh, keep. I wanted you to keep the $6.75." I said, "No, you need more than that." I don't want to say that. I said, "No, you can keep it. Okay. It's a bomber phone." I don't know why they call it bomber phone, but it was a free phone. I said,
Right.
"This kid needs it more
He
than me."
needs it, right?
Yeah. I look at it.
You know, everybody's struggling one way or another.
Yeah.
There's people struggling
Yeah.
out there, and we're not above or below anybody else out here. We're all equal because
Yeah.
I feel any given moment we all could be at the same level, especially with that coronavirus and all that stuff going on.
Yeah.
And that's another whole different ball game.
That's like, some like me. I picked up 3 pennies off the ground. I said, I said, I look and I judge people. I said, I said, this person really needs it. I said,
Right. People and most people will be appreciative that you bring it back to them.
I mean, I brought a lot of. I find.
I imagine down here you find a lot of
Yeah,
stuff
because I
down
do a lot of traveling. I find cell phones constantly, and I turn
here.
them in.
Right.
I'll,
That's the right thing to do.
yeah.
How
So
was you here for the
yeah,
Bernie speech?
yeah. I was up there, but then I went back to the shelter to go to the bathroom. I didn't think about using the potty toilet, but I
Oh
don't know if
yeah.
that was inside the fence area or not.
That's kind of on the outside of it, but you still
Okay.
could have used it. Yeah. I didn't come down early if I had other stuff to do. I figured I'd come down and check out the scenery and see what's going on.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that showed up. I listened to his speech, and
Yeah.
I said I could read through some of it. Some of it was like he's he's he's, he's feeding into the crowd,
Right.
saying what they want to hear on some of the things. Because in reality, he said one thing, but on TV during the debate, he said something else.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I said
You see, read between the
I
lines.
read between the
Right. I
lines what he
gotcha.
just said out here.
I don't really follow politics too much because I know what politicians are all about.
Yeah.
And when I first saw them the first couple of months going back and forward, most of their agenda was beating Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And if you're a politician, your agenda shouldn't be beating Donald
No.
Trump. Your
No.
agenda should be making the economy, making this country a lot better.
Better, exactly.
And
That's what I said to somebody. I said, I don't want to hear you lie to me
right.
and constantly change your story.
Yeah, just speak the facts.
Because I watched the debate where and they asked and they said, you said you want to give free college to everybody, so that means all the wealthy people, kids, could get free
And that
college.
shouldn't be fair.
And they said no. He says, and this is what he said. He said only community college. You know, that would be the poor people for community college.
Right.
He says people with money. He says no. But yet here he said everybody should get free college. Everybody, no matter what your status is. You know what I mean? So
It's
he
kind of like,
contradicted himself.
it's kind of flip flopping there.
Yeah, he did. I caught
I
that.
think if you make below a certain pay grade,
Right. Yeah.
and you got a single parent family,
Yeah.
those are the ones they should be focusing on the most.
Yeah.
Now, if you were living in 6 digits and more, 6 figures and more, I don't think you really need help.
Free college.
But look at this college scandal going on now. How they pay people to fix grades and
She's going to court.
Yeah.
Lori Loughlin.
to me that's not fair. That's a criminal act.
Yeah.
The most they're gonna do is probably 6 to 8 months, which is nothing.
Well, I don't know. They might give her more because she didn't plea deal.
Yeah,
They might make an example of her.
they might. It's a possibility. We have to see what
That's
happens.
what I say. It's possible.
But money rules this country, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If you have money, you're allowed to do anything you want to do and get away with it.
Well, that was the other thing he said about the indigenous people, right? That, we took their land and all this and that. I said, time out, I said, I said to myself, just like anywhere, nobody owns everything
Right.
on the planet. They were fighting each other way back then when people came. They moved in. They were born here.
Mm-hmm.
They're part of the country too.
Right.
And and here's the bottom line: if the United States was never formed, the world from World War II, if the United States wasn't as powerful as it was, World War II would have been either fascism or communists would have ruled the country. Either Germany would have won or Russia, because we intervened, capitalists intervened and saved the world at that point. And they dumped a lot of money, but now it's time, you got to adjust to the times.
That's true. I agree.
And that's, so now I could, you know what I mean? This thing, I mean, because we all live on this planet and we just can't pack up and move if we destroy it.
Right. I agree.
Everybody has to take care of this planet. And,
So you should be a politician.
yeah,
You got some good ideas.
yeah.
Well, you know what? I correct that because politicians, they're kind of bought and paid for. So maybe you don't want to be a politician because they try to control you once you get in office.
Yeah.
That's usually what happens.
But this, I see they say one thing and then they do another.
Yeah, I always look at it
It's
too.
like
'Cause
common sense.
they say, notice they forget what they say.
Yeah.
And then they find it hard to redact it after it's always been put out there.
Well, that
Because
was
people
like
remember stuff.
that was like Bernie when they said, well, you didn't win the Iowa because what's his name was ahead by 2,000 points, and he, instead of saying Okay, that's fair. I accept that.
Right.
If that's the facts. Instead, he says he didn't win, I won,
Oh,
arrogantly. I said, oh my goodness.
that's crazy.
That's what I said. Instead of compromising and saying, okay, that's okay. I did the best I could,
Right.
but it was like, oh, I saw this arrogance. I said, what the hell?
See, it shouldn't be. They shouldn't be arrogant because
No.
at the end of the day, it's the people that get them in office, and they're there to serve the people.
Yeah. See, his strong support is the people between 20 and 25, the younger generation,
Gotcha.
and you don't have the other groups.
Hmm.
And granted, everybody's very extremely angry at Trump because he fucking lies constantly,
Right.
and he becomes arrogant, and it's like one thing he said which is true. He gave the wealthy people a tax cut because of the corporations. He gave them a 10% tax cut.
Hmm.
And that's why they got more money now. But they said, okay, one thing, give them a 10% tax cut from 35% to 30% to 25%, but you didn't take away all the tax write-offs because
Ah.
some of the companies like Amazon they make billions of dollars in profits, or it could be higher, and pay zero tax.
I heard that same thing too.
There's so many.
I have heard that.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies.
Which is not fair for the middle and lower class people.
Yeah, it's the middle class that's paying the brunt
Of everything,
of
pretty
everything, and they can't. And right now, the government is close to spending almost whatever it is, 700 to 1 trillion dollars over their budget with their
Wow,
intake.
that's a lot.
Yeah,
That's a heck of a lot.
and that's not that's because when he gave the 10% cut to the corporations, the government took in less money, and now it's like it's just I don't know, it's just crazy. It's
So
like
I feel that we're heading for one of those, I say, depressions.
yeah.
It's going to happen, I call it recession. That was a recession.
Yeah.
We're heading for one of those soon. Like, ooh,
The other thing he said, right, which I mean, Obama said it already. And it's true that he says when everybody said we want our manufacturing jobs back, he says they're not coming back. It's going to be automated. Everything's being automated. He says there is no jobs in that area no more.
well, I see a lot of stores switching over to those self-checkouts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And at one point, they were always saying they're coming into the communities to create jobs.
No.
And now what they're doing, they're eliminating jobs. So it's kind of,
It's like the taxi drivers.
yeah.
I mean, they said those self-driving cars. They said you ain't gonna need. I said you're not gonna need drivers. They're gonna tell the car to take me to this location. It's gonna drive you there.
Right.
I mean, even the U.S. Post Office last year started using
Drones and
18-wheelers they programmed the truck to go and
Oh yeah,
and
I
drive
did
the
hear that. I heard that before too.
They showed it on the news.
So if you're doing all these self-driving cars and trucks,
You won't need him.
you won't need him. That's another job that you're taking away.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of jobs gone. The manufacturing jobs.
Right. Which
I
is
mean,
not fair.
I mean, even Amazon, they were showing the factories where they saw these self-driving machines, picking the orders and filling them and shipping them.
Wow.
Without people.
See, I have a feeling that that's the way we're heading though. We're heading to like a jobless society.
It is. And I argued 7 years ago with an MIT student over this. I said, you're crazy, right? And then it took me 2 years to think about it. As I started seeing everything happen, I said, oh my God, he's right. Because I said, how's everything going to be paid for? He says everything will be provided by the government. All food will be processed by the machines. All jobs will be taken care of. Will be only a very few jobs. And he says everything will be provided free.
Wow.
And it'll just have to be how many people are on the planet and how much food can be produced that goes, it'll be like that. The government will be passing it out someday in the future. I'll be dead and you'll be dead, but someday in the future,
Yeah, this country's headed in the wrong direction.
Well,
It's,
the technology
yeah.
driving it is. It's just,
The biggest thing I see now, we depend too much for other countries for our own resources.
yeah.
Like we depend on China,
I couldn't
Japan.
believe when they said sweetener. The, 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 the sweeteners that we use, they said there's going to be a shortage because it's all made in China. I said, what?
Oh, wow.
That's what I said.
Well,
When I
the
heard
thing
that.
is, somebody had told me this, like this whole coronavirus thing is underestimated, and they're downplaying it because they don't want to scare the American people.
Well,
But
they don't know. It's unknown to them, and they're trying to answer questions that they don't even know.
right,
They don't find out till afterwards. Well, we didn't know this fact.
right, and the coronavirus has been around for quite a while before they actually detected it. Somebody's calling me. I don't
Don't lock your keys.
oh yeah, yeah. I don't want to. I answer that later. That's not an important call. Yeah, you're right. You definitely don't want to lose the keys.
The coronavirus, one of the doctors that brought it to the Chinese attention, and they said, don't worry about it, was in December last year. He says, he saw something about it. He said, this is bad. And they downplayed it, and then it just got out of hand. But
Right.
now, what they're saying a little bit about it is, I can and not know it,
You could be a carrier.
and carry it and pass
Exactly.
it out for a week, and then get sick.
That's true.
By that time, I already passed it out to everybody
Right.
around me.
You could be a carrier of it and
Not
not
know
even
it.
have the symptoms or anything.
Right.
And then you can pass it on to like 3 or 4 other people.
So that's why it's spreading.
Right. And one thing I heard too, which I want to mention, is younger people have a higher resistance to it.
Yeah.
So if you're between the ages of, say, a child and 25, maybe 30, you can carry it and be perfectly healthy and not even know it.
See, that's
And-
what one of the analysts was saying that caught my attention when you said that.
Right.
He says one thing he says that puzzles me. He says, why aren't children catching it? It's only adults.
So the immune system is a lot stronger.
Yeah.
And they're more resistant to that kind of virus. And elderly people and older people, like people who have like a deficiency in the immune system,
Yeah.
those are the ones who are more likely to get sick over it. But the hawk's up there. Oh, okay.
Going after that pigeon.
I don't know if I can catch that hawk flying around, but where did it go?
I don't know. He dove after a pigeon. I don't know if he got him up by the
I
stick.
seen him fly. I don't know which way he went after that. Nice little dog, like he belongs in the dog show, huh?
That might be him up there. Over that
Is that dog in the dog show? No? Looked like he could be in the dog show. Wow.
Yeah, I told it's like some guys, I said, look, I said, if you got a bad immune system, you get sick, they said it can kill you.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, one thing that my mother always taught me when I was a kid,
Yeah.
wash your hands and face when you come in the house. Wash your face, wash your hands up to your elbows. A lot of that stuff is not taught to these young kids, and they don't really exercise that.
Well, there's a lot of young kids